Hey guys, MCU Collector here with a new video, and this time I have the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Walmart exclusive Captain Marvel binary form figure. Now this figure has not yet hit Walmart's here in the United States. It is available in places overseas, I believe the Philippines, as well as like Hong Kong and China. So this figure I got off of Offer Up from someone on Instagram, A Dark November. Check him out, his account. He's got some amazing toy photography. I'll have a link in the video description below. He does some amazing pictures. Really impressed. But he actually had this on Offer Up. I saw it, took notice, and I took the drive out to him to get it. And I'm super appreciative of it because I've been waiting for this figure. Hasn't been showing up anywhere yet. Who knows when it's actually going to start hitting Walmart's. When it was first announced, Hasbro said it would release in January, but here we are, almost April, and still nothing yet. But I am extremely happy to have it, and I cannot wait to get this figure displayed and everything. Once I get a bunch of my figures put away, I've done so many comparisons and head swaps. I got a pile of figures everywhere, but I'll get back to it. Here we go. So Captain Marvel, you see it says binary form there. We got some accessories in there. Here on the side, we have the same Captain Marvel artwork that I believe is on the regular version. On the back, we have the same look, but we have the kind of the binary look to it. And you can see here's where the international warning label was. It says Captain Marvel binary form. The bio reads, Captain Marvel channels her powers of cosmic energy manipulation to access an elevated binary form that lets her blast down any galactic threats. So pretty cool. Now let's get it open. Alright guys, and here is the Captain Marvel binary figure out of the package, and it is really cool. We get some new accessories, we get some old accessories that we've seen before, and surprisingly we get some new head sculpts, which, be honest with you, I thought were completely the same and just reused from the other Captain Marvel figures, but there's actually some new stuff going on, so really cool. So first thing, let's take a look at these accessories, then we'll take a closer look at the figure. I will not be going over the articulation, unfortunately, in this video to kind of make it a little bit shorter, because again, this figure is the same as that one, not that one, because technically that one has actually the torso. Everything about that's the same except for the arm. So I won't be going over the articulation, but I do want to go over the things that are new in this figure and the accessories and do some comparisons with the different head sculpts. Okay, so here are a closer look at the accessories. So these little lighting, fire, whatever kind of effects are supposed to represent the kind of the photon effects for her arms. These are the same things that we've seen with Magic. Who else used these? Scarlet Witch, I think the Infinity War, Scarlet Witch from the Toys R Us 2-pack with Vision was the first to use these, but in red. So we've seen these a couple of times before. Now these ones are brand new, so they're just kind of like balls of fire or balls of photon blast. I don't know how you would actually call that, but it's pretty cool. They're basically spherical, but they're pretty solid. You can kind of see through it in some areas, so it kind of looks like flames, but not exactly. Then her hands can just slip right inside, so it looks like she's about ready to shoot, you know, the photon blast out of her hands. They are different. Like this one, you can see actually has a little bit of a blast tail, like it's, you know, it's coming through and it's getting ready to blast out. So I like the way that one is. Again, it can go on either hand too. There's no specific way you could do it. Those of you guys that collect the basic figures, the $10 ones, I think the Captain Marvel figure actually comes with one of these. I can't tell for certain if it's the same or if it's the same rubbery material, but some of those accessories look to be the same. So Captain Marvel, that figure might come with one of these, because the Captain America figure looks like it actually comes with this shield. Obviously not as the metallic paint is different. It's more of a flat paint, but from what I can see in the package, it has the same straps like this shield. So those basic figures, you know, they could be coming up, you know, a little bit. Now here's the head sculpt. So this one's really cool. She has the translucent hair for the mohawk, and then the one that comes on the figure already in the package also has the same translucent head sculpt. But we're going to get in a closer look and compare all the different head sculpts that we have right now. Okay, so here is a close-up look at the 6 different head sculpts that we have of Captain Marvel. So of course we have here the Star Force Target exclusive. The one behind it is the same that came with the regular release, and it also came with the Star Force. There may have been slight color variations in the hair, but basically the same. Then here with 2 of the red and blue suit, here is the one that came with the regular the regular release, the one that did not include the Build-A-Figure, her normal costume, and then in the center you see we have the one that comes with the binary form figure. So you can see they look very similar. However, they are different. Now these two on the ends are the same. The Star Force and the regular release are the same, however, obviously different color. But I noticed, finally kind of really comparing them close. This one, I don't like the skin tone actually on this one. These ones look a little bit more realistic as opposed to this one. I don't know, something about it. You have to have it really in hand to kind of see what I'm talking about and referring to. But these two figures here, now they are different. So you can see here, she has a little smirk on her face. Same with the Star Force. But the one in the center, the binary form head sculpt, actually does not. You can see she is straight faced, so no smirk. So I'm surprised that they actually gave us a new head sculpt. Now the hair is the exact same. The sculpt of the hair is the same. That is not any different. But the eyes are different color, and that's really the only differences. So no grin. Skin tone is a little different, but that is it. And then of course the translucent fire looking hair. That looks really good. So I'm surprised again that they gave us a new head sculpt, two new head sculpts in fact, because the Amy Poehler head, and I say Amy Poehler head because this one looks like Amy Poehler, this one here looks like Amy Poehler, and then the binary form, you at first glance you would think it is the same, but it is not. So again, little smirk and grin on this one, but the binary form, she again straight face, no smile, no grin. It is very different, and of course the hair is the same as this one, just the translucent fire looking hair, and that looks very good. And then the eyes kind of have a little bit of orange and yellow to give it that glow binary effect. So pretty cool. The skin tone I don't like on it though. It just doesn't look realistic. It's too pale in my opinion, and can't remember based on the movie and the trailers if kind of that's how she looked. So it could be accurate, but it looks a little weird to me. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, but just my opinion on it. So those are the different head sculpts. Now let's take a closer look at the figure. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the binary form Captain Marvel figure, and it looks very good. Now here I have the helmeted head on, and I don't actually like the way this one looks, even though the head by itself looks really cool. If you put it on maybe one of the other figures for this one, because the exposed neck, it just looks a little odd for me. But, that's just my opinion. But you can see the translucent arms look really good. So the forearms and hands are done in yellow. Then the upper arms go from an orange to a red color. And then these shoulder pads are glued on, and that's not translucent. So really cool. Other than that, the rest of the figure is the exact same from the previous ones that we got. But the translucent does look really good. But I don't like the elbow joints because they use a pale yellow joint in there, and I don't like the way that looks. I would have preferred maybe a yellow could have looked better. It's hard to say how it would have looked, but because it's almost white, it just looks a little odd for me when you see it. But if you're posing, if you're posing her around, it's probably not going to be as noticeable. But I mean, I see it, and I don't know how much I like that, but really good. But I will be displaying this figure with this head sculpt on because of the exposed neck. It just seems like it makes a little bit more sense to me. Just my opinion. But let's see some different head swaps. Okay, here is the binary form head sculpt, unmasked head sculpt on the bomber jacket Captain Marvel. And so, spoiler alert, if you've seen the movie, then you will know that at the end of the movie, this is kind of a look that she has as she flies off into space. So I do actually like the way this one looks together. That looks pretty cool. Let's check out some more. Okay, so this is actually a little interesting. So I actually have an extra Captain Marvel figure that I'm going to have with my Avengers Endgame display. So in putting on and looking at these two side by side, another reason why I didn't like the way this one looked on the binary figure is because it actually sits a little bit higher on the neck peg. If you could see from the side by side shots, you could see that it sits higher on there. So I don't like the way that looks. I thought this would look great because we have the covered neck from the costume, so it makes sense when the helmet is on, but you could see that it's actually a lot higher on there, and so it just looks, a little bit giraffe neck compared to this one. See? You could really see that neck here, not as much. So there's why I really didn't care for the way it looked. But that is interesting. But you know, it goes to show you that, you know, they don't when they make new head sculpts, they don't always make them the exact same. So kind of interesting. Okay, so in putting on the effects, I already got one side on. You could see that you could just wrap these around her arm. Like so, and then these, the fist just plugs right on into the effect. And then she has her binary powers, her photon blasts already. Now, Clow990 on YouTube, one thing that she did, because she actually reviewed this figure a long time ago, and she did a great job. Link to her YouTube channel down in the video description below. But one thing that she did, and I thought it was awesome, and I'm like, what did you use? And she used the magic effects, the blue effects that came with the Walgreens exclusive magic. And what she did is she also wrapped these around Captain Marvel's arm, along with the ones that come with the package, so the yellow, to really give it that binary look to it. And I really like the way that came out. You could see there, then it really gets it to pop and stand out, kind of like it was happening in the movie. So I really like the way that looks. So credit to her for that, because that's not something that I did or even would have thought of. And I do really like the way that looks. Now, just for fun, I'm also going to play around with some other effects and show you guys and see what you guys think of it. So if I can get her to stand. But anyway, here we go. Well, I put some effects together. You know, we have these effects that came with Magic, Magneto, Living Laser, Thor, Storm. And you know, it just didn't come out looking quite the way I thought it could come out. I tried wrapping it around the legs and things like that, and it just didn't really work out. So, you know, I'll be sticking to the ones that the figure comes with, and then you can use the magic one and put these together. And again, it looks really good as for her binary look. So that's the review. I don't know when this figure is going to be hitting Walmart's, hopefully soon. But we shall see, you know, when it's going to come. If you really want to get the figure, you can get it overseas. I don't blame you if that's the route you go. You know, with Walmart exclusives, it's always pretty difficult to get a hold of to begin with, and the fact that it hasn't even been released yet, we don't know what's going on. So who knows what the story really is on that, when it's going to hit. Maybe either waiting for the home video release, the Blu-ray. We shall see. But there's the figure. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out A Dark November on Instagram, his amazing toy photography. Check out Clow990, see her review. She probably did a better job than me on this figure. Links to those two in the video description below. But anyway, guys, again, let me know what you guys think of the video. Hit the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you guys like the video. As always, thank you for watching.